everybody, and welcome again to another edition of What to Watch with Antony. Antony has picked another 5 movies. I think perhaps even today we have a 6th bonus, and his theme is biopics. These are movies that were made over the last 10 years about people who lived over the last 100 years at least, and we hope that you enjoy these recommendations. Antony, take it away.
Thank you. These are 5 films with a bonus 6th film that I feel that may have gone under the radar, went into theaters for a week, and many people maybe didn't see these. So these are just me highlighting a couple movies from the last 10 years that highlight some of just the greatest individuals of our time. Go.
So Antony, what's number 1 on your list?
Number 1 on my list is a 2013 film called Saving Mr. Banks.
I'm wondering what I have to do to make you happy. You know, you've never been to Disneyland, and that's the happiest place on earth.
No, please.
Well, when does anybody get to go to Disneyland with Walt Disney himself?
There he is.
Where did she come from?
Mary Poppins and the Bankses. They're family to me.
Mary Poppins was a real person? So it's not the children she comes to save. It's their father. It's your father.
You don't know what she means to me.
I won't disappoint you. I swear, every time a person walks into a movie house, they will rejoice. Don't you want to finish the story? Now, the boys have come up with an idea. I think it's going to make you happy.
You didn't bring me all the way here to tell me that.
Oh, no, I had a wager. I couldn't get you on a ride. I just won $20.
This film stars Emma Thompson in one of her finest roles as P.L. Travers, the famed author who wrote the classic Mary Poppins book series. And this movie goes into her life when she was young and growing up with her father, which inspired her to write the Mary Poppins series, and then goes into when she and Walt Disney, played by Tom Hanks, how they created the film that we all know as the classic 1964 musical starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke, Mary Poppins. This film is just really moving and touching. It goes into themes about fatherhood and parenting and how people have to compromise to create something magical. And that is, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Check it out. It's really a wonderful film.
Wonderful. Thank you, Antony. So what is your second movie on your list this week?
My second pick is a 2015 film called Steve Jobs. You could probably...
We've spoken to the fire marshal and the building manager. They're going to come in and tell everyone to leave.
If a fire causes a stampede to the unmarked exits, it'll have been well worth it for those who survive.
The board believes you're no longer necessary to this company.
I sat in a garage and invented the future because artists lead and hacks ask for a show of hands.
You're gonna end me, aren't you?
You're being ridiculous. I'm gonna sit center court and watch you do it yourself.
Make everything all right with Lisa. Fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
You could probably assume whose it's about. This is about the famous tech mogul from Apple, and it stars Michael Fassbender as Steve Jobs. And this film documents his life in a very interesting way, written by Aaron Sorkin, who you may know as the writer of the West Wing series. He decides to tell Steve Jobs' life through 3 different presentations that he did promoting the next Apple product and talking about like behind the scenes, what went into those presentations. But then you get to learn about his family, his daughter, the relationship he had with her, and also with one of his assistants, played wonderfully by Kate Winslet in an Oscar-nominated role. Michael Fassbender was also Oscar-nominated for this performance. Right. And this film was directed by Danny Boyle, who directed the Best Picture-winning Slumdog Millionaire. So you are bound to find a lot of intriguing complexities in the life of Steve Jobs that you maybe didn't know about in this film. So check it out, also available on Netflix.
Wonderful. Thank you, Antony. And your third choice for this week?
My third choice is it was a Best Picture nominee at the 2015 Oscars, 2014's The Theory of Everything.
Good luck.
How are you?
I'm okay.
So, this black hole at the beginning of time. Brilliant. Brilliant, Stephen. Well done, Doctor.
He has pneumonia. The only way he will survive will be to give him a tracheotomy. He will never speak again.
Yes, he will.
My name is Stephen Hawking.
It's American.
Is that a problem?
It has been a great joy to watch this man defy every expectation, both scientific and personal.
There should be no boundary to human endeavor. However bad life may seem, while there is life, there is hope.
Thank you.
Sorry, did you say something?
I said thank you.
This film documents the life of Stephen Hawking, and you get to see his life when he was a young scholar rising in his field, meeting his wife, who is played wonderfully by Felicity Jones in an Oscar-nominated performance, and then you see what happens to him and his family when he is diagnosed with ALS. It is it's a small and quiet biopic that captures his life beautifully. Eddie Redmayne won Best Actor in 2015 for his role as Stephen Hawking. Make sure to check this film out. It's a quiet, nice, and beautiful film.
Thank you, Antony. And what is your fourth choice for this week?
My fourth choice is a 2011 biopic that documents the life of Marilyn Monroe when she was working with Laurence Olivier on the 1957 film The Prince and the Showgirl. This film is called My Week with Marilyn.
Marilyn Monroe fancying you? Come on.
She breaks hearts. She will break yours.
I wouldn't buy the little girl lost act if I were you. I think Marilyn knows exactly what she's doing.
All people ever see is Marilyn Monroe.
What must it be like to be the most famous woman on earth?
You could quit this. Forget Marilyn Monroe. Forget Hollywood. But let it all go.
First love is such sweet despair, Colin.
It also stars Eddie Redmayne as one of the assistants.
That's right. He was really young. It was like one of his first.
It's one of his first films before Les Mis, before he got into the Harry Potter franchise, before Stephen Hawking. He plays one of Laurence Olivier's, I believe it was his third assistant. And the relationship that he ended up having with Marilyn Monroe while working with her on behalf of Mr. Olivier on this film. Not only, if you love like classic Hollywood, this gives a great highlight of that and what goes into making one of those classic films. But Michelle Williams really is the best part and the shining part of this film. She plays Marilyn Monroe. It's a really great performance from her, and it got her a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Drama. So if you haven't seen this film, check it out. It is a really, really, if you love classic movies like I do, you don't want to miss this film.
Yeah, Michelle Williams has a knack for biopics. She seems to just nail it. And in this particular movie, it demonstrates that anxiety that she created on the set because she had so much anxiety, and how Laurence Olivier was trying to manage all of that. So it's a behind-the-scenes movie in one respect, with her relationship with the director, but also then her relationship with the director's assistant, who was trying to kind of ease her emotional burdens. An interesting thing to make a movie about, but somehow they pulled it off very well.
And if you need any other more reason to watch this film, Kenneth Branagh plays Laurence Olivier,
right.
Sir Laurence Olivier. So
Sir Kenneth Branagh.
Sir Kenneth Branagh. So definitely check this one out.
Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we up to 5?
We're up to 5.
Okay, so 5.
So 5, and this is my one with a bonus. So the 5th film I'm suggesting is Goodbye, Christopher Robin.
His name is Christopher Robin, but we generally call him Billy.
A toast. C.R. Milnes.
C.R. Milnes.
It helped us to believe in the good things.
Which one would you like?
This one.
Yeah, same height, please.
Go.
The fun things.
Who's your favourite?
I'd have to go for the little one.
Piglet.
Has to be Piglet.
And a world full of imagination.
Are we writing a book? I thought we were just having fun.
We're writing a book and we're having fun.
And then, just like a tap you turned on, happiness came pouring out.
Now, this is the only film out of all the films I'm talking about today that you can't find on Netflix, which is why I'm giving you a bonus one that's associated with it. But this film came out in 2017, stars Donald Gleason as A.A. Milne, the classic author of the Winnie the Pooh series. And this film documents his life post the war when he was raising his new son, and how his relationship with his son and how his son was able to calm his fears that he had when it came to his PTSD from the war, how that all allowed him the ability, the creative expression to create the Winnie the Pooh series. This also stars Margot Robbie as A.A. Milne's wife.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And it has a great young performance from a young actor who plays A.A. Milne's son. This is a really, really great film. It's very different from Saving Mr. Banks, even though they're both about childhood, children's books authors. Very different. Now, you can't find that on Netflix, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere where movies are available for rent or purchase. But I am going to give you a sixth film, and this film is Disney's Christopher Robin.
You must be Madeline.
Wait, you're the bearer of my father's drawings.
Yes. Do you know where he is?
I do.
Let's bounce! I just saw the most preposterous imposter. Look at him. Digger! Eel!
Piglet!
If anyone wants to clap, now is the time to do it.
Oh, bother. Oh, dear, dear.
I don't remember being cheery.
People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
Not a biopic, but it stars Ewan McGregor as an older Christopher Robin, when Christopher Robin grew up, and what happens when Winnie the Pooh comes back into his life to remind him of his childhood.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful movie about loss of innocence, finding your inner child again. Ewan McGregor gives such a beautiful performance, and it's just such a lovely film. It is a live action film too, so it has a lot of like warm and coziness that like classic Disney films had. If you need a good double feature, you need something to do for a day, maybe check out Goodbye Christopher Robin, and then check out Disney's Christopher Robin. They make for a nice double feature about kind of grounding the Winnie the Pooh story in reality.
Right, and I think that the one with Ewan McGregor, you could actually sit down and watch with your kids, which is...
Yes, it is.
So if you have small kids at home, and you wanted to then parlay it into introducing the Winnie the Pooh book, or perhaps the Winnie the Pooh books were already a family bedtime favorite story, here's another way to kind of build on that love. So it's great.
And Disney's Christopher Robin with Ewan McGregor is available on Netflix, so all the films except Goodbye Christopher Robin are all available on Netflix, very easy to find. So I hope you have gotten something to watch. Hopefully some of these movies speak to you. I can attest that I've seen all of these movies and they're all fantastic in my opinion. So hopefully everybody at home is doing well. Stay safe, and thank you for joining us.
Yep, thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Bye. See you at the movies.